Hey, good morning. It is day 13 of the, hold on one second, of the 30-day gratitude mission, and I'm Mallory Dunphy. I hope you've joined me on this 30 days of gratitude because, it's really made a difference in my attitude every single morning. So every morning that I wake up, I actually look for something to be grateful for, and I find tons of things every morning. A lot of similar stuff, but sometimes it's different, depending. So this morning I'm actually headed to Maine to visit a bunch of family. So I've said it before in other videos, I work online, and it gives me the freedom to free up my schedule a little bit to be able to make these trips, and I'm so excited because I get to see my niece and my parents and my grandparents and my sister, and I'm just so excited to see all the family that I have up in Maine. And I'm grateful for this beautiful traveling day. It's gorgeous out. It's 52 degrees already, and it's only 10 o'clock. And I'm just very grateful today for a lot of things in my life. And I was reading an article last night about mental health and mental illnesses, and I don't know if I've shared this in one of these videos before, but I was diagnosed recently with bipolar 2. And the difference between regular bipolar 1 and bipolar 2 is that bipolar 2, the diagnosis basically means that somebody goes through stages of depression and then back to normal without really going into a manic episode, which is just extremely euphoric and thinking that you're on top of the world and you can do anything. And it's different than just being, happy on a regularly happy. It's a mania. So I haven't experienced a mania, but I have experienced depression in the past. And I think the article really made it clear that in the mental health world, there aren't many people that really talk about it openly. And there's a ton of people that are, CEOs of companies and CFOs and managers of businesses and owners of businesses who have some sort of mental, I don't like to call it illness because I don't think it's an illness or a disorder. I think it's just part of who you are as a person. But things like, the article talked about things like PTSD, schizophrenia, bipolar, OCD, multiple personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, things like that. And I think just even a few years ago, the article talked about how we are open about gay and lesbian people, well, I shouldn't say gay and lesbian people who are open about their sexuality. And a while ago we used to say, quote unquote, that's retarded, which I don't like to use that word, and people sometimes cringe when they hear that because I think it's just very disrespectful because of that diagnosis. And it's so similar to people saying nowadays, oh, that's crazy, or that's insane, or that person's schizo, or that's so OCD. And it's disrespectful in the same aspect because if you're in a group of people and you don't know if anyone's been diagnosed with anything like that in the past, it can hurt somebody's feelings. So I think the conversation is starting to be brought about, and I think it's so important to be brought about because there's so many people that go through depression and anxiety. And the worst thing that somebody can do if they have someone in their life that experiences that is to ask, well, why? What do you have to be depressed about? Or why can't you just, shake it off? Because it's not that simple. And I think it's so important to really be aware of the impact that mental health has in this day and age. And just having been diagnosed with bipolar 2 has changed a lot of what I do on a day-to-day basis because I manage stress differently than a lot of people, and I think everybody manages stress differently, but I think it's so important to just be aware of it. So I think I want to start the conversation for awareness in the beginning, and then